On November 25, 2016, Villa Mondragone hosted the third International CBRNe workshop. The meeting, entitled Building a Strong CBRNe Scientific Community, focused on the results of the CBRNe Master held at the University of Rome Tor Vergata and on the current state of the art of CBRNe events, expertise and prevention. The workshop also included a poster exhibition and saw the presence of several CBRNe experts and teachers from all over the world.
Many years experience in this field, and I'd just like to say it is a wonderful congress. This is the second time I've attended it. It has improved greatly from last year to this year, and I expect a greater improvement in forthcoming years. It covers a tremendous variety of areas, not just the CBRN Direct, and we've already this morning discovered the impact of earthquakes on Italy and how CBRN actually impacts even that and people's lives, which is an unusual thing to consider. We also have demonstrations and equipment from private companies and exhibitors, and a wonderful array of more than 40 scientific and technical posters that have been prepared within the field of CBRN. And I think this is a very good method to actually promote the work, to reach out to people and to get them to understand what they're doing and what these people are involved in and how it impacts or potentially impacts the daily life of people.
Il master è di tutto rilievo, essendo in pratica l'unico che c'è in Italia. Fu fatto un tentativo qualche anno fa con la seconda cattedra di medicina e chirurgia, che riguardava essenzialmente il chimico e il biologico. Invece questo master copre tutta la fattispecie. Il workshop conseguente legato al master, avete sentito gli interventi, avete visto quali sono i relatori, è di estremo interesse, anche perché mette insieme svariate realtà, dalla NATO all'Unione Europea, ai tecnici delle forze armate, ai tecnici dell'amministrazione civile, dell'interno, ai vigili del fuoco ovviamente, alla Croce Rossa, quindi tutte persone che in maniera, direi, per questi anni anche abbastanza carbonara si è occupata di CBRNe e soprattutto, la cosa più importante, della gestione del territorio. Almeno il lavoro che facciamo noi nel Ministero dell'Interno con il Corpo Nazionale, c'è tutta la parte di rilevamento, di messa in sicurezza, di attenuazione del danno, ma quello che riguarda essenzialmente noi della difesa civile è proprio quello della gestione del territorio. Non nel senso che gestiamo il territorio, questo è compito specifico delle forze dello Stato che hanno per legge questo compito, ma nel senso che noi cerchiamo di fare in modo che chi comanda sia nella condizione migliore di poter prendere le decisioni. Non è detto che siano quelle giuste, ma sicuramente quelle che devono essere prese in quel momento.
Our courses are something unique in the world because are entirely dedicated to the chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear and explosive risks, treated from all the point of view: managerial, medical management, we talk about detection, identification, we talk about geopolitical issue, we talk about investigation, communication. So we try to cover all this panorama in case of emergency. It is clear that it is impossible to do it alone as university. So this is the reason that push us to improve the network of our cooperation in terms of collaboration with the Italian and Foreign Ministry of Defense, of Interior, the Prime Minister offices and all the entities cooperating in the training and didactic activities on the field of safety and security. We have a large network right now, and with the event like the one of today, that is the third edition of the international workshop in CBRNe, we try to improve the network and let it grow up for a better future in this field. We also decide to try to turn this discipline in an official academic discipline, and doing that we are working at university and we are working for the organization of scientific event. In fact, in 2017 we will organize the first international scientific conference on CBRNe here in Rome from the 22 to the 24th of May 2017 at the Istituto Superiore Antincendi in the center of Rome, that is a training center of the fire brigades, and all the work presented with oral session and with the poster session will be published on Proceedings, Index on Scopus and Web of Science, so it will be official scientific publication recognized from the academic world.
One of the topics that have been discussed today is the forensic issue and investigation into the CBRNe crime scene after a CBRNe event. Actually, there is a lot of work to do in this kind of field, because right now there are very few agencies in the world that are able to perform an investigation in a contaminated environment and after a CBRNe event. NATO itself and other agencies, mostly in Europe as well, are conducting this kind of program in order to enhance this capability that has anyway a strategic value, and at even a political level. From my point of view, the forensic and the investigation in the CBRNe crime scene is the future, because all the doctrine that in the next years are all the publications that are going to be published will focus on this, and there is a lot of work, as I said earlier, and there is a long way to reach this kind of capability, but it is the effort that of course has to be made in order to reach a different level of capacity from the operational, strategic and political level.
About my presentation, I've been showing as natural events can trigger like sub-events, CBRN events, and so using the Amatrice earthquake as an example, as a real example of CBRN events occurring due to a natural catastrophe. You can see that the chemical and biological, but even radiological risks have to be disconnected from the area hit by the earthquake.
CBRN program of the International Federation deals with supporting national societies globally in strengthening their capacities. That means we need to be better prepared to respond and to assist affected population when it comes to any event, including chemical, biological or nuclear hazards.
Enea, we in collaboration with the Italian Red Cross organized in the field of training a summer camp with a video lesson. These video lessons are important for the diffusion in all the network of Red Cross, and the summer school had the aim to transmit this video lesson in many Red Cross societies.
Our project is about preparation of Rome to an CBRNe attack and analysis of criticity and possible target. For other info, my colleagues Antonio Vinci, another student, talk about the details of our project. So we performed a tabletop simulation of attack in Rome, either in the weekend during the Angelus or on Saturday evening. And we analyzed the response time of emergency department. Unfortunately, we reached the conclusion that the situation is quite dire because of the fragmentation of the response system, mainly due to the fact that the single hospital agency do not interact with each other when drafting their emergency plans, which means that we have an astounding delay in the emergency response and, of course, an enormous waste of time.
My poster is a hospital chemical demo, a way to assess the EDEN tools. EDEN is a project financed by the European Commission, focusing on the end-user driven demonstration for the CBRNe. We did a demonstration the 28th and 29th in September this year, 2016, and we tried to implement the tools developed in the framework of the EDEN project inside the hospital and its procedures. Basically, we used the hospital staff to do these two demonstrations about the chemical contamination of patients. We used 30 mock victims and 70 personnel, staff.
My intervention for this important audience, and I would like to thank Tor Vergata for his excellent work, is to keep in the package consideration the consideration of cyber attacks. What I learned since many years of investigation is that non-state actors are trying to pursue action with a great number of causalities, less attribution, and also the possibility to transform items like bus, airplane, or other systems, civilian system in mass destruction weapons. There are in the Western countries, but also in the eastern part of the world, there are many sensitive facilities, for instance, chemical facilities, oil facilities, refinery, fertilizers, dealing with hazardous materials. This kind of facility have control industrial systems. This is a very technical language. They are systems controlling, for instance, the process, the chemical process inside the facilities, or controlling the good performance of potential back system, safety system. A possible cyber attack should be in the direction to, let's say, to destroy or to overcome the control of these systems in such a way to bring to some strong final and catastrophic consequence.
Anche quest'anno abbiamo organizzato il solito e oramai rituale convegno di conclusione dei corsi Master CBRN e di presentazione dei programmi del nuovo anno. Oramai siamo arrivati all'8ª edizione dei corsi di Master CBRN che stanno raccogliendo sempre maggiore interesse dall'audience. Sono oltre un centinaio gli allievi che hanno conseguito il diploma e comincia a costituirsi una ricca comunità di esperti qualificati dalle università con competenze specifiche e diversificate nei diversi settori. Questi comprendono sia i first responders, allievi che hanno seguito il primo corso, e stakeholders che hanno seguito il corso successivo.